What is up, everyone? So last video you saw that we put the LSZ on the dyno and we did a few changes. The big thing is the intake manifold. Now, I have a cam, I have some built heads, had the stock LS1 intake, and it didn't make all the power I wanted. It made 392, remember that?
Something like that.
Something like that, but I feel like I should have made a little bit more. And while the LS1 intake, though it is a pretty looking intake, it's a little restrictive. So I decided to go with the next best bang for the buck, and that is the LS6 intake, and I'm hoping to see some gains from it, right?
Yep. I kind of feel like, low-key, Jimmy's talking smack about my tune, but I'm...
No, zero disrespect. But, so yesterday we threw on the LS6 intake. I threw some LS3 injectors in there also because I was running out of injector, and besides that, that's really all we did. And so today, I have the bootleg Burton himself. He's gonna tune it because I don't know how to tune a stock ECU.
I'm gonna give it another crack.
Okay. So what do you, I just want to break 400 finally. If I could break 400, I'll be so happy.
Listen. Okay.
All right, but before we start for today, Derek's high maintenance, and you got to feed him before he tunes your car. So,
listen, I don't charge Jimmy anything, right? So, me getting fed is like super cheap.
Oh, trust me, I am very, very grateful of all of this. So let's go get you some food.
Let's go eat.
Can I sit? I feel like I shouldn't touch anything.
Yeah, just don't break anything, dude.
Okay, fair enough.
Everything's expensive.
Look at that lead.
Look, this is Derek's driving position.
I love that.
I don't really have to do much in this thing.
Damn. Really gotta wine and dine your tuner, huh?
That's it. Gotta feed the guy. Can't work on an empty stomach.
Give me a good smirk. All right, so today we are tuning with HP Tuners. If you guys don't know what HP Tuners is, it's basically a module and a firmware that allows you to manipulate the stock ECU to tune it.
That's right. It's god-awful to use. It actually does a really good job, but stock ECUs in general are god-awful.
Yeah, and you kind of have to, when it comes to tuning stock ECUs, you need to know the quirks. It's one of those things.
It's one of those things. It's not, so people want to always, talk badly about HP Tuners. HP Tuners is just a means of tuning a stock ECU. They do a great job at it, but just working around stock ECU limitations is awful.
And that's why I have Derek here, who does this often.
Right. Unfortunately.
There you go. Now I can see your big old head.
This thing is so cool, man.
Derek requested this air filter off this ring.
I want the filter, I don't want the mass airflow. Okay, thank you. I was really struggling
That's
there.
all you had to do, Derek.
I just needed Ant's help. I'm sorry for yelling at him previous right now.
I had the MAF on, which we're not going to be utilizing anymore. We're going to be using speed density, so we can get rid of that little restrictor straw right there.
I don't feel any restriction.
That alone should free up a couple horse ponies. Do you scale the injectors? Yeah. Sick. Right up. Right up. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, hey, keep it down there. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I did a baseline with the stock LS1 intake with the LS1 injectors, and we got this curve right here, which is 383 horsepower and 397 foot-pounds of torque. So that's our baseline. We put the LS6 intake on, LS3 injectors, and we're gonna see what happens. I don't know if you guys can tell now, but the TPS scaling was actually off, so it wasn't going in true idle mode, so the chop wasn't as aggressive as today, but now you can hear the chop pretty good. It ain't no BFD, but it sounds pretty cool.
It does chop pretty good. It sounds good with this exhaust too.
All the mufflers.
Yeah.
So it only revved out to 4,200 that time. Would it get lean on us?
Yeah.
So it got a little lean on us, so we had to stop. But so far, nothing impressive to show.
Nothing to write home about.
That sounded rowdy. It made the power. Ooh, don't look just yet. Don't look just yet. Look at the difference. Without showing the numbers, look at the difference in the baseline. So the blue was yesterday with the LS1 intake.
Nice work, Derek.
What was it doing? Yeah, that was about it, huh?
But check it out. It made 409 horsepower and 420 torque. That's a torque we were looking for.
Dude, that's
Not
the
bad.
horsepower you said last night, and I was like, nah, but that's pretty freaking good.
410? Nice work there, buddy.
And right now this thing's reading lower than a dyno jet, so
23 foot-pounds of torque increase so far. Not bad.
So James has been neglecting this car a little bit.
Were you holding that when it did a pull? You're a psychopath.
Wow, look how good that looks.
It does look pretty damn good though. This thing sounds rowdier, doesn't it?
It does.
So that time, a little bit of horsepower and lost a little bit of torque. So they're just trying to get it cleaned up and we should be good to go. But already, dude, the gain's so worth it.
4,000 RPM.
4,000 RPM, we're at 12.5. So the car doesn't have any widebands in it, so we need a way to be able to know the AFR so we could adjust in the tune accordingly. So the dyno actually has a wideband. As you can tell, we put it at the end of the tailpipe. Now it's a little bit different, obviously, because things can happen in the change of the 18 feet the exhaust probably is, but they're usually pretty spot on. Since we're doing NA tuning, it's not as worrisome as long as it's consistent and we see it as the way it affects power, right? So we have it plotted right here. And you can see the difference in the AFR, so we're using this data to then adjust the tune to get our desired AFR. Sick, right? Dude, this thing sounds so much rowdier than it did before.
Gave you a little pop in the back too.
I love that, dude. Look at it. It picked up even more power. The orange is the last run. Look where it picked up. Literally everywhere. That is so cool. So now we're making 413 horsepower and 429 foot-pounds of torque. Holy shit, Derek.
Yeah.
That's a lot, dude. For NA setup, that's huge. Wow. That's cool. Much needed, for sure.
So you think it was just from the manifold, or you think it was the old?
Do you think the old tune was lacking?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, he said the old tune was lacking, but I'm gonna say the manifold has something to do with it because it looks like it's breathing. All right. So that time we lost power. We lost quite a bit actually. So the purple, or is that pink? I can't tell. Whatever. That was the last run. So sometimes you got to make adjustments to see how it behaves. If it's going to act in a positive way or if it's going to act in a negative way. Depending on which way it goes, that tells you where you want to be and how to adjust accordingly to it. So not every pull do you need to see a bigger number. But now since Derek knows that it didn't like what he just did, he gives us a better idea where he is and he can make it changes so it's better on the next run. Right? A lot of talking, but you get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right from the rip, it was low, right?
Yep. Also, there's a mod that I've been putting off for way too long, and that is actually getting a bigger air filter. So I ordered this a couple days ago, and unfortunately it's red, which,
Unfortunately or
I
fortunately?
mean, I don't know, because it like kind of works. They're out on the red, but black is just out of stock. So I always had this filter because when I built it, this was like the only filters you can get at the auto parts store, you know? It's just a little small for how much air this thing pulls
You didn't
in.
know what the internet was?
Come on, man. You know, you want to finish
Yeah,
up
I
your
know what you
car.
mean. You wanna
go to the
just
auto
get it
parts
going.
store.
I think
It's good.
First of all, where are you getting these cheap ass air filters?
That's an AM one.
Everybody knows. Who makes it?
AM. Wait, no, this is a Spectra. Oh,
I wouldn't expect anything more out of AM. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know.
I thought it was an AM one.
See this right here? These get sucked into motors.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Quality air filters.
Don't have that.
AFE, K&N, they don't have that. That's molded plastic, if they have it at all.
AEM doesn't have that.
I bet you AM does have it because AM's trash.
I have one on my car.
Well, you're trash.
I guess I sleep. I did get a Spectra. I thought it was AM.
It will do for now.
It'll do for now. All right, so I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Definitely want to get a black one if I could find one in stock. But in the meantime, should do.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, the red on the red. There's just a lot of red going on.
Yeah, but it's not a bad thing.
I like that.
COG, dude. COG 300.
The OG 300. Looks a lot more fitting than that puny thing I had before.
Yeah, that thing was probably small for the stock motor.
Well, you know what it was? Because I had the MAF on before.
Yeah.
So I needed the shorter one.
It was
so.
the extendo.
Yeah. See, there was function to it.
Yeah. we gotta get Johnny Fabs to make you some sick intake, dude.
Yeah, to get it out of the hot air right there.
Just blow a hole in this nice shaved bay, and we'll get it down underneath the fucking bumper. It'll be sick.
Nope.
No.
I mean, we can come up with some. Oh, dude, look how big for the TT intercooler pipings. We could go right here.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
that's the move.
Got a 4-inch pipe right there.
That's the move.
We'll put Johnny on it.
Yeah, we gotta get Johnny on it.
Or I could just cut a hole in the hood, you know? All right, last one.
I think so.
We're gonna find out.
Okay, we're about to find out.
Wow. Wow, dude. Do you see those numbers?
No, what am I?
421.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, horsepower. Holy shit. Nice work. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, hold on, look at the camera now. That was sick. Look at that curve too, just very LS-y. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Work is done here.
Work is done. Let me go home.
Oh man, look at that. 421 horsepower, 431 foot-pounds of torque. You killed it there.
Let's go.
Let's go. Right, we talked about this. So what we changed from the baseline is intake, injectors, and a second rendition of the bootleg tune. So how much of that is the intake? Let's say 15 horsepower because that's what everyone else says.
What did it make on the baseline pull on this dyno?
383, I think.
Oh, sweet. Wow, so it gained big.
Yeah, 383. Gained real big.
Plot your baseline.
There we go. So look at, I mean, the trend is extremely similar, right?
Yeah.
It just basically makes power.
Just more.
It just makes more power overall, which we could say the intake helped. I want to believe that intake did a lot.
It's all the tune.
It's not all the tune. Don't gas yourself up.
It's all
dude.
the tune.
The intake did something.
Oh yeah, double
Fist, baby.
I told you, Derek likes fancy things.
He's a bougie guy.
Only Starbucks water.
What?
No.
Dude, guess how much power I ended up making?
450.
Jesus, Johnny, come
All
on.
right, I'm shooting high. Not Johnny. 420.
421.
I called it.
Said and done.
Where's my
Said
prize?
and done. It's almost, that is almost 40 wheel horsepower, like almost everywhere. That's crazy. And like for an NA setup, that is huge. That's some more pep in the step, and I'm actually really excited. I'm pissed because it's freaking raining out and I can't go and rip on it. What was that?
That's all the more. Get her out there. Free tires.
Yeah, it's not fun in the rain though. It's just gonna blow the tires off. Yeah, see?
Whatever.
Me, Donnie, and Brian need the race now. We all got LS's. Everyone makes more than me, but
I keep saying this. No one ever wants to freaking race. I say this 2-3 times a week.
Donnie's gonna win.
It's always an issue.
why is Donnie gonna win?
I think Brian.
Because I built that car.
I think Brian has the upper hand. But I have the traction. I got the weight.
I think 60 to 130, none of these cars are touching the CTSV.
At that speed, this thing probably doesn't feel too stable at 130 though either.
Nah, you'd be surprised.
60 to 130.
All right. We gotta lock this race in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
You said it, and if you don't edit it in
No.
the video.
This is it. Donnie, CTSV versus Z.
And Brian, 3-lane highway. Yeah, we're doing it.
I feel like, just this is just based off experience, that this and Brian should race, and the winner of that should race Donnie's CTSV.
I can't be the boss off the rip.
I'm just telling you from experience.
You're coming at me with boss energy, so you should just accept it.
Okay,
There you go.
I'll be the boss.
Unless you guys want to race 3 wide, I don't know.
That sounds sketchy.
However you want to do it, as long as we freaking do it.
All right, so the Red Z is officially hitting. Huge shout out to Derek for coming down and doing that for me. The HP tuner stuff, it's definitely a whole different realm. And he gave it the sauce, and it sounds amazing. And it's making so much more power, which is super exciting. So hopefully it'll dry up tomorrow, and we can actually get on this thing. And I'm racing Donnie. Donnie, I'm coming for your neck, buddy. I know your car is probably faster, but I'm still gonna act confident. But gotta make sure this thing still runs. Might as well, right? Let's see. Oh, there we go. It's got a feel in it. Ooh, okay. Hey. SR is good. SR is good. I love this car. Just needs a better turbo. Come on, you got this. Yes. What do you think, Tony?
It does sound good.
You can't tell me that's not a perfect fit in there.
It fits like a glove.
So it's running better than ever. I mean, it sounds rowdy, makes good power. I mean, 420 and 430, whatever the heck it was, that's a lot of power. It's a lot more than it had. It looks good, and the weather is finally cooling down. It's been like the hottest summer ever. I haven't even wanted to drive anything. And I know it's my fault. I took the AC at everything. We all do. So be it. Engine swaps, whatever. But I think I can finally start to enjoy some of these things. So, Z content. I would honestly love to do some more Z content. I know we're gonna be waiting a little while for the parts in the Supra, as much as I wanna kinda like go aggressive with that. I think we all realize the Supra is kind of going to be more of a long-term background throughout the year build. Trying to be progressive with it is just going to cause me to do things that I don't want to do, and I want to do this car right. This car is worth doing right. So if there's anything you guys would like to see me do with the Zs, please let me know. I would love to work on them. But to be honest, like, especially like the Red Z, I don't really know what more to do to it. Like, I'm super happy I did the intake. That's been a long time coming. But besides that, I guess we could do some exterior stuff. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear it. And then the Black Z, I mean, I would love any excuse to touch this car. I love this thing. Still have to get the JDM bumper on, but I need to find someone to paint it, which is just harder than it sounds. And I don't know, maybe you throw a new turbo on this thing? I mean, who do you guys care to see me put a turbo on SR? I don't know. Either way, I'd love to wrench on them. Just let me know in the comments, because you guys are watching it and you guys make it possible. So obviously, I care what you guys have to say. So besides that, we have a drift event this Friday and Saturday. It's gonna be the first drift event. Brian's drifting his E46. His LS swapped E46. It's a little nerve wracking. I'm really excited for him, but this is the first time he's gonna be really beating on it. And so things can go wrong. Even though I'm not expecting it, if they do, it's gonna be rough. But I have very high expectations for that car, and I think it's gonna be mad. It's got all the right parts. The drivetrain's solid. It's gonna be an animal. And I realistically should be driving the S13 to keep up with it, but there's some things with that I wanna talk about. So I'm just gonna be driving the E30, which, you know, no complaints here. I'm gonna try my hardest to keep up with them. But there's a long list of things I should do to the car, but I was looking over it just for a bolt check. And I just noticed, as you can see it, where this thing, I noticed how chewed up this wheel is, but where is it? Right here. Oh, she cracked pretty good. Thank God I jacked this thing up, because I would have never saw that. The rumble strips at Thompson are pretty gnarly, and they'll break a couple wheels. So we'll take that apart, send it to Johnny, get it fixed tomorrow, and we'll be good to go. Put some oil in it, cross my fingers, and one day I will get the rear end alignment kit so I could actually get this thing gripped up. Well, better than it should be. So besides that, I'm just happy that the Z's sounding good, feeling healthy. I was getting a little worried because last time it was out, it was running a little rough, and I was like starting to worry about the engine, but clearly she's healthy, she's happy, and I'm happy. So I am tired. I have a lot of cleaning to do, and all I have to say is huge shout out to Derek once again for coming down and helping me out today, getting that thing tuned up. And besides that, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys very shortly.